Alright, I believe this is episode 7, more or less. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the patch notes and give some opinions about them. I actually might open them up somewhere because I don't believe they are within the client itself. Since I last logged in, I've lost 37 crowns. Not too bad. As you might notice, I've also gained some. I was playing yesterday without streaming as I wouldn't have been able to talk. I could do it out of my memory, but maybe it's better if I open the patch notes for myself in the web browser. It's quite a big patch and it will definitely make people create new castles. Not necessarily instantly, as making your castle as good as possible will require the players to farm quite a bit of gold, as the barricades came in and they actually have a gameplay impact. Alright, I found it, patch notes July 9th. So let's start about the hero balancing. Knight, healing strike. The healing effect has now been removed. Now creates a shield that absorbs damage lasting up to 8 seconds. The skill is now named Shielding Strike. Alright, so I assume this is very good for the game. Same as the mage changes that come a little bit later on. Knights used to abuse the healing from the mines. So basically, when you design your castle, you want to put all the mines either to the very end or to the very start, not in the middle, which would make most sense, or along the road, because otherwise they would get like a healing, free healing orb every now and then while moving towards your boss room. And now instead it creates a shield, which means that even if they still get it from mines, which I'm not sure that they will, but if they do, it won't be such a big of a deal, as that only means that they can walk next 8 seconds on top of spike traps or whatever there is. So you might want to put your mines after big damage instances in your castle, so that even when they do get them down, they don't actually gain anything HP wise or even shield wise. But I'm very happy with this change. I'm not sure if knights are becoming underpowered because of it, because I know that a lot of knights were abusing it quite a bit, and it's not the first nerf that's faced them. I believe knights just need to change their playstyle a little bit. They can't just face on tank everything and just see if the damage is high enough or not, but they actually have to do something instead of just walking through and right clicking everything. So it definitely is a good change. Jab cooldown reduced to 0.2 seconds. I'm not sure where it was before that. I don't think it will make a huge difference. Mana cost increased to 8. I'd say that's pretty irrelevant. I haven't seen knights using jab too much as a skill before this, and I don't see this changing it much. Pawn, change the aiming mechanic of the skill so that it works in whatever direction the mouse cursor is facing, rather than automatically targeting the closest enemy. This lets you have more control over who you use upon. This is definitely a good change in two sense. It makes knights a little bit more skill oriented, or at least intention oriented, as now they can actually strategize a bit who they kick away, who they don't want to have close to them. And also skill-wise in the sense that they actually have to think about which way they kick. I'm curious to see if it's about if they are able to kick air, like if they are able to miss with it now, because that would be pretty cool. But yeah, definitely a buff in the sense, but also it works a little bit similar as Archer's volley or spiral shot, which is a name that makes least sense of any skill. Spiral shot, which means that you make a backflip. Alright, then the actual changes. Mage Deathbolt now creates a shield that absorbs damage for up to 4 seconds and weakens the attacks of the targeted creature. It doesn't mention that the heal has been removed, which is a really note for patch notes, because all the other healing skills that remove the heal mention that the effect has been removed. But what I interviewed quickly a couple of mages yesterday, it is indeed so. The healing is gone, which is awesome, because I have been QQing about it multiple times. It's just ridiculous skill. And I sort of I wasn't even serious when I asked if they have removed the heal, because it was the best skill of the game before, and if they would have just added 4 seconds of invulnerability to it, it would have been like funniest thing ever. But anyway, mages are still very powerful. They weren't powerful because of this skill only, but because their whole skill set. And this is definitely a good move, but it doesn't change the fact that let me see, one of the this is after the patch. We can see Morex 3-star in my castle while I'm talking about the changes on mage. So my castle isn't the easiest one, and mage 3-starring it means that they are very capable of still performing in this game. So we might even see more nerfs in the future, as they indeed are very good class. Alright, next change is Death Grip. Again, no healing anymore, and now increases your armory by 5% per affected creature, up to 200 total. It's sort of similar, makes you invulnerable. It's actually super good in case you are being blocked by creeps and then Zeke shoots at you and your armor is 200% more than it would. So actually Zeke combos won't kill you anymore if you are surrounded by creeps. Alright, the buff goes away if you cast the spell. That's good. I was actually already thinking that this spell is actually super good. They can just stand with not taking any damage. And the cooldown is increased to 7 seconds. I believe it was 5 earlier, but I'm not sure. Next is Fireball. The time between casting and the spell. Time between casting the spell and the impact of the projectile has been reduced. That's really vague. Can't they say what it was before and what it is now? Like, this is what bothers me most about this game. They don't give you enough actual numbers. They just like, yeah, it has been reduced. So you don't know if it's been reduced by 0.01 seconds or 2 seconds. Like, it doesn't tell you anything about how much stronger Fireball now is, but requires you to test it. And also both impact damage and damage over time affect the same area. So sounds like a buff to Fireball, but hard to say how large of a buff it is. And 2 balancing changes or buffs to creatures as well. Both Bad Dog and Mittens, they are made better at harassing, so they are a little bit faster and attack a little bit quicker. And they have 30% snare resistance. Movement speed is actually pretty big increase from 4 meters per second to 5.5. I'm not sure if 1 square in the game is 1 meter. I assume so, but that means that they will be able to catch you unless you are archer with 2 mobility skills. However, I don't think the damage from them is ever going to be enough to make them damage dealers, and that's not the purpose of them anyway. So it's a little bit weird buff, the movement speed and the quicker attack, because it doesn't buff what they're supposed to be, which is support, which is buffing the other creatures. However, we have a new howl buff on Bad Dog. It increases the movement speed of every creature within 5 meter radius for 5 seconds with the 10-second cooldown. So it makes all your other creatures close by attack faster half of the time. But they don't say it's only the attack speed for Bad Dog. Let me see if it's different. Okay, with Mittens, it also increases snare resistance of every creature within 5 meters by 5 seconds. But otherwise, it seems like the same skill. And easier navigation when in large groups. Really vague again, but I guess they make their way in front easier. Which is good in case of Bad Dog, but not so much needed in case of Mittens, because you don't want your Mittens to die. And they also changed the health values, which again is completely irrelevant. Maybe even a nerf to Bad Dog, because you want your Bad Dog to die right away. Or at least you did before the new hull buff, but in practice they will die almost right away anyway. So Tier 5 Bad Dog has 1100 HP And level 28 mittens have 1860. I guess it's a buff for mittens, but I would actually say it's a nerf for bad dog, unless the new hull buff actually is any good. But if I use bad dogs, I use them to die, so they will buff the other people around or other monsters around. And then there's changes in the crown system. I'm not sure. I don't think this is the final change, but it's really in the correct direction. So let me just see here and show it to you in practice. So if we attack and we go to okay, let's just go to leaderboards. And go to the first person of my league. We have Jeroni. And if we go to attack castle, it's level 24. I already abused him, not abused, but sort of made him pay for having a low level castle with so many crowns. But anyway, I was able to get 3 crowns for 3-starring it instead of previous 0.40, it was 3.37. But let's take another example, as that one did not work. Let's take someone from boss. Let's take the first player of the game as a castle. Alright, we have level 14 castle, where I will get, or would get, 40 crowns if I win, 0 if I lose. Of course, I'm not in the boss league, so I'm not able to attack him. But the idea is clear. Let's get rid of the crown cheaters. And one more example. Let's go again to first. And let's be the X-Chrome. Level 10 castle, I get 40 or 0. So if I ever make it to the boss league, well, I believe the other ones in the boss league are already taking advantage of this, but yeah, this is a really good change. This will it will take time unless they reset the crowns now, which they might do, might not do. It will take million years for anyone to lose 45,000 crowns, even if they are being attacked constantly. But in the end, we will actually start to see high-level players in the front of the leaderboards, as it should be. And there was some other change about crown system as well. I believe the way they have been gaining the crowns is someone attacking them constantly and feeding them crowns. I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm actually not sure how would you ever be able to get 45,000 crowns, but looks like Ubisoft thinks that's the case, as they have changed. Defender will now gain crowns by beating the same attacker once per 24-hour period, up from previous 15 minutes. So it's 100 times more. And most likely this is the reason how they have achieved the high crowns. But it will not be the case anymore, hopefully. So we'll have to wait a couple of weeks to see how it shapes, how far the leaders will go down. But after that, we should have a better view how if these changes to the crown system are enough. Next topic being barricades, which I'm really happy about this change, as it makes defending quite a bit easier. It actually adds to your damage, as you are able to barricade your people inside your traps. Let's go have a look. I'm going to quickly harvest some money so I can actually buy some. I have already bought some, but I haven't. I just put them down to have them before people steal everything from me. But anyway, you can buy them from architect's office, and you can buy quite a lot of them. But as you can see, most of them are only buyable by blinks, which I'm okay with. That doesn't bother me, as long as they break at the same speed as the ones that are buyable, purchasable by money, which I believe is the case. But what I do not agree with is the price. It's 13,000 for one barricade, and I made a quick calculation yesterday, and if you want to have all the barricades that you are allowed to have, so these use 2 points each. I believe all of them use, no, this is actually pretty bad if these break at the same time. It's not balanced at all, because currently I believe these are the same size. This is small crate, so it takes one square meter, I believe, and I do believe that these are the same, but they only take 1 point. That's that makes this game pay to win. If that's the case, I don't want to say too much, as I don't know if these have half the HP or something, but already the price makes it a little bit pay to win, as I calculated, you need 1,872,000 gold to buy all the crates that you need for fully upgrading your castle. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money even for level 30. Especially as they have obviously made the choice not to make them purchasable by life force, which has no usage. Maybe they will. They are doing some monster crafting thing, so hopefully that will be life force. But nobody has gold, and then they bring something which is only purchasable by blinks and gold. It seems greedy to me. It seems very greedy. But the problem here is that in this room, let me just buy one. Alright, in this room I have points. I have 36. I can put 36 points down. I don't have small crates. I might actually, let's just put one more down and let's buy one. If I have, no, I don't have to do. I should not have bought that one. I'm not gonna make 1500 without selling something from my inventory. Well, anyway, it will be half of this size. These are 2 squares, those will be 1, as most likely will be the snotters, cardboard snotters. So basically you can either have, these are 2 points, even though they are only 1 meter. So if you want to have, you can only have 18 of these, but you can have 36 of these in a room. And you are only able to buy these blinks. Doesn't sound that fair to me. And that, with the price that you need close to 2 million to actually be able to use all your barricades or buy them, it does seem fairly money-making system to me. All right, let's just take a quick look how these things work. So if I put one here and the other one where was I? Where's the start? Other one here, and then I validate. They will actually block you. You can't go past them. So if you have, okay, let's make a, okay, it's not always 2 shots. I wasn't sure. I think they have 1400 health. Let's leave the castle and remove something, and let's just remove these bad boys. I just try to remove enough to have enough points to sort of test them out a bit. So let's change the room that we have here. All right, let's use this as our, no, it doesn't work. Let's remove it and see if I have something in my inventory. Usually I have more useful rooms there, so I don't have to search so much. There we go. All right, let's use this as a setup. And then add some traps. move these a little bit. Alright, and in all honesty, I'm gonna move them one more square to be able to actually do what I was planning to. So I'm not sure how many of these I can keep, but I'm just gonna pile them up for now. Actually, no, I'm not gonna be able to keep them many anyway. So let's just start with this. This room might not have been the best idea after all. Alright, then we will need our barricades. Yeah, this room wasn't the best idea, but I'll just finish the idea here anyway. So it went down there, but apparently they're a little bit buggy and they don't show. Can I just put them back in my inventory and take them from there? That will make this a little bit faster. So I did farm a little bit of money yesterday to be able to buy some of these. Alright. I didn't get too many of them though. Here I have a couple more. Barricades, and here I have 12 crates. So let's continue. And then let's put one more trap in. Or 4. And see what that bad boy looks like. Idea obviously being that now you are able to keep people within the jelly walls almost by force, because you are not able, unless you get the explosive shots. But idea being that you are not able to get away from there right away. One thing to notice though is that traps do destroy the barricades. So yeah, restart. Let's see if we can avoid getting the explosive shot right away. but I'm pretty certain that we are going to see this sort of some variation of this setup, absolutely certainly. So you take quite a few hits from them, even though this is the wrong room for it. So it's going to be interesting. Other thing I would like to test, because let's just leave. This is less complicated, but people have different resistance to traps, and some might build it up beforehand and some might not. So if we set up a barricade here, and we put, let's say, fire mines here, when the springboards throw them, does the barricade stop them? Can you use them as a stoppage point for your basically their control resistance? Doesn't matter if you have a stopping point before your fire trap or erosive or corrosive traps. So let's try that one fast. Even though they seem quite a bit pay to win, I'm still pretty enthusiastic about them. That's exactly how it works. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be putting string traps then up with a wall where people will stop, and traps in front of me. Oh, that will be cruel. That would be a killer. I might even do something like this. Like, what do we actually need the jelly walls for? Oh, there's something wrong. Sorry, that wasn't really necessary at all. But let's see if there's any idea, because they are like bonus defense points that you have to pay a lot of money to be allowed to use. I don't know how I dodged that. I feel like it should have done more damage than 900. It's not a bad damage, don't take me wrong, but I want to see if it does only 900 the second time as well. It did seem a little bit weird. But they do add a lot of potential traps. Alright, now I was taking some actual damage. The barricades were destroyed instantly, so the side ones weren't actually useful, but I took 2038 damage in it, in the process. Alright. But yeah, those are the two things that came to my mind first, and I'm really glad to see that the stoppage wall, as I'm going to call it from now on, is actually a valid idea. So how often have you seen people jumping all over your traps or going too low? Now you just put your traps a little bit closer than usually and put a stoppage wall after them. I recommend you to play around with it. I'm gonna reset and see what's the castle that I'm actually going for. Looks like it's pretty much the same, but without my traps. But yeah, if someone knows if the, for example, the snotter things work exactly as small crates, let me know. As I will be fairly mad about it. Let's see what was next on the patch log. New barricades are also coming, 1x3. So instead of those 2-meter, also 3-meter variants are coming available. And done. And what else? Apparently there's an update also. Noticing that Dr. Skulls are sometimes healing barricades over creatures. That's pretty awesome if they if they would be, especially in low levels, if they are able to heal barricades faster than people are able to destroy them. Good luck with a knight destroying them when you have some traps killing them at the same time as barricades. But I did see quite an interesting setup, which was in the boss room. Somebody already bought all the barricades they can have. They made 2 complete walls here in the boss room, so it was absolutely impossible to get through without taking damage from the spike traps. And also there was like all the monsters here, so you couldn't escape from the monsters to the back as it was blocked by barricades. After I was very close to dying to it, but after I got the barricades down, it was actually pretty useful. I just went here on this area here in front of the barricades and volleyed the monsters who didn't realize to attack me through the barricades. So I just volleyed over them, all the monsters. But it almost killed me in the first place. I believe it was Morex59 as well who had that setup. Alright. But yeah, that's enough about barricades. I missed if there was anything. All the other are not done. Some quality of life things, but nothing important. Alright, and 2 castles have been destroyed from competitions. Watch Dogs and Chicken Walk. But Chicken Walk was so buggy anyway that I'm glad that it's gone. But we'll see indeed what will replace them. Alright. Do we have anything else we want to take a look at? We have taken a look at barricades. We have a new friend. Ah, Dunder. He probably just wants my crowns. But no, I'm kidding. I'm glad to. I actually thought we were friends already. One thing I want to note, I was talking about, I made a drunken calculation mistake, or just a stupid rant a couple of words back. I believe it was number 5. I was talking about someone's build. Let me just show my inventory so I can explain. I just watched the word and I was like, what I have been talking about? So basically I was talking about crit chance and how much damage it actually means. And the guy had exactly 1000 damage as a mage. And he had 114% damage chance and 61% critical chance. And he had the item that gave 21% critical chance more, and I said that it's pretty close to 200, calculating from that 1000. But of course, it should be calculated from the damage range. So if the damage is 114%, it's 114% from these amounts more. So so it will be 300 or 530. The additional damage. So 20%, for example, 530, it's a little bit over 100 and not 200. And with a smaller amount, it's of course less than 100. It's the average is probably somewhere close to 80. Okay, these are with my my amounts, but if he had something like 375 to 6 something base attack, I believe. Not sure, but it's not 200. It doesn't calculate from this. It calculates from the damage range. And basically, damage range times critical damage, and then divided by the items. Multiplied by the item's critical chance. So it would be 100. I would get 275 to 458 extra damage, and if it would be 20% chance in the item, it would be 1/5 of that. and 1/5 being, in this case, 96, and in this case, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's still one of the best. I don't really have much critical chance. I have the basic 20%, or I believe it's basic. So don't take them as a god tier stats, but they are pretty close. Not that I believe anyone believed me saying that 20% for him would be 200 damage. Alright, now that we are in attack screen, let's see if we can find someone from lower level that we can actually attack and gain crowns. Here we go, Futa-chan. 11 crowns if I win, 29 if I lose. Before the patch, they would have been 2 and 38, more or less. Do you have potions? Yes. No, let's go. But 11 crowns from level 28, I rarely get 11 crowns for any level 30s even.
Shouldn't be a problem.
So it's the average crown for level 30s will go up a lot until everything is in balance. Then it will normalize again. So here he used, for some reason, the tactic to have most of the stuff in the front, which doesn't really make much sense to me, as it gives me a lot of more time to clear his castle. Well, honestly, I haven't really taken much damage at all. I feel like most of this, even though I'm not even avoiding anything, but I feel like most of this is a lot of points wasted. Like, seriously, is this in any way worth it? Apparently, because he has 1300 and something crowns.
The bigger they are. Come here, tough guy. Say goodnight, mister. Who's ready for more? Forecast calls for arrow showers.
I'm actually surprised that he has money for all of these.
The bigger they are. Ready when you are, big guy. Give me a second, would you? Forecast calls for arrow showers. An artist at work. Forecast calls for arrow
Come on, die already. In 3-star. Alright, but I got some barricade money. Okay, I might have to go there and do it again. But actually I got quite a good money. That's one full 1.5 barricades. So yeah, let's 3-star this time, and it will be 5 more crowns. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go full speed ahead.
a tactical retreat. Forecast calls for arrow showers.
I don't think Dur to be a good boss
Forecast
at
calls
all.
for
I think
arrow
he's
showers.
one of the worst.
Excellent. The bigger they are.
Did he now
The
die?
bigger they are,
Yeah.
the harder they die.
Alright.
Ah, damn.
So, like this castle, there will be free crowns for level 30. And not only
Thanks, but
me, but if you're on level 30 and you have any amount of crowns, like if you have 900 crowns, you probably get 40 crowns from this guy. And I truly recommend doing it, not because crowns matters, but because balance matters. So just to get
Go
this
ahead.
game's
Try
crowns
me.
in balance as soon as possible, we might as well move quick on these. And it's not only that, if we go to let's level 14s are often the biggest cheaters. So let's see what this one, probably nothing. This is too big of a difference and we are too close to each other. But let's see if there is one of those super high crowns. I'm curious to see if I get 40 out of them. Doesn't really look like it. So we just buy more castles. Alright, here we have 2,100 and still not enough. Still not enough to give us crowns. 2,500. Alright, here we already get 6 for level 14 castle. That's quite amazing. Can't really resist. So if you want free, go to level 14 castles and see those crown cheaters
What's
and
yours
bring
will
them
soon
down.
be mine. Say goodnight, mister. Forecast calls for arrow showers.
Alright, where do we have the rest of them? Mines. Did we miss one mine in the previous room? Apparently. Well, we have quite a lot of time to find it. There we go.
Now that's excellence in execution.
So yeah, I basically lost nothing, but I gained 6 crowns.
Wow, this door looks
And feel
really
good about
impressive.
bringing this game towards the balance. So we can get actual leaderboards
Time to
at
say
some
your
point.
goodbyes.
Don't worry about this is like, even though it might seem like I'm stealing crowns from or lollipops from kids, all these crowns will go back to level 30s who will attack my castle
Next.
and they will get them back. My crowns are not going up, even if they're going up, as I can't get any more crowns after I'm 13 something. it's not possible to get them. Like I get from 1,000 kroners, I get 3 to 5 crowns if I free start him. Oh, I told you he wanted to beat our castle. Is he watching? Should I open the stream actually? Because if he's watching, he might want us to take a look how he did it. Whose profile did I go to? Right, let's watch Dander beat my castle. But yeah, as you can see, usually before, let's see when he attacked me last time. My castle hasn't changed since, I can tell you that. Where's Dander? I was about to say, tell me if you see him, but there we go. So, 1 potion here when trying to 3-star it. 1 potion. Okay, here he has done something. Something weird. But anyway, in general, he uses 1 potion. I wouldn't have been surprised by 0. But now he has actually used 4 potions, so it is a nerf to mages. So let's see how the mage works. And I'm going to commentate. I'm not sure if Dunder is watching. I'm too lazy to actually open stream to see the chat. Plus, I wouldn't see it before chat. Yeah, here's the reveal. I don't have the chat open. But yeah, he knows my castle. He turns back right away after seeing. Okay, he didn't turn back right away, so maybe he doesn't know my castle by heart. Alright, when have you last seen mages avoiding traps? Because they don't have to. First creep they see, they boom and got their health back. Now actually he has to use potions if he wants his health back. He will get the armor, which is on now I believe. No, not anymore. It's only for 4 seconds, it's not too long.
I must retreat. My favorite flavor.
Do you ever watch replays and think that like, I hope he hits him now and he dies, when you already know the result? I would still so much want them to have give you an option to hide the results of replays. So I would actually be watching this and thinking if he will make it or not. Like at this point, I would actually assume that he
My thirst is quenched.
might, but might not.
I will. Just need a moment.
Now I would guess that he will not do it, not survive. That would be my guess. If I wouldn't know the result. Of course we all know that he does it. He uses 4 potions, but he does it.
Something bit me. I brewed it myself.
That's actually surprisingly good score to Kite, apparently. I thought there would have been more pressure there. But as you can see, he aggroed the whole thing for very far away, but actually everything got aggroed. So my aggro ring works as it's, yeah, and there was one I didn't notice. So apparently I have one guy who doesn't get aggroed when one of them gets attacked. Maybe there are others as well. Maybe he attacks the one I want them to attack. But anyway, still viable to play mage, but not as simple as it was before. Definitely my favorite change of the patch. I didn't take a look at what else had happened to my castle. This one is the last one I saw. Actually, don't remember what happened to it, but I'm not gonna watch it because I have seen it already. I think I 3-starred him, so looks like he has come to revenge, and surprisingly failed quite a few times. And not actually even coming back, really. But yeah, here you can see, like, 0 potions. Okay, only 2-starred, but still, it's very viable. And looks like Truckwill has already changed his build to Battle Mage instead of a Cleric. But doesn't look like he near perfect run the new mage power. But he didn't 3-star me, did he? It doesn't actually show if he has already 3-starred me before. I'm curious about this one. Let's see how mage does it without potion. Near perfect run, according to himself. Alright, he's not 3-starring if he didn't take the he has a huge damage. I'm curious if it's already... I think he was the one who had the 1000 damage that we were talking about earlier. But I'm curious if he has actually created more damage from his items now. Maybe he feels like damage is the way to go, like auto attack damage is the way to go for now. So let's see, last time it was exactly 1000. He's pretty much the end without losing anything at all. I believe this is the first time he's been under, and now he's proven. Yeah. Impressive, indeed. So I believe he will still be able to 3-star me. How did he get the 3 stars? I don't think he got the mines. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Alright, what did Dunder have to say? No way I can dream of 3 stars anymore. Alright. Chang Yao used to have like really interesting idea in his castle. I really loved it. Like, you either went to that trap or you didn't, and if you did, you felt like so stupid, and if you didn't, you felt so smart. But I'm curious what's the new castle like, because it might be a real killer. I'm as soon as I'm gonna find Shang Liao's castle, I'm doing it for sure, no matter what his crowns are looking like now. He was around 950 last time I saw him. But yeah, I believe he's referring him to having a lot of different barricades, which should be cool. I'm actually, before I create my new castle with the barricades and new barricade traps, which is my next goal, I'm actually quite enthusiastic about it. I will be attacking some of the so-called creative castle creators, like people that I know that are having some unique ideas in their castles. Uh, to name few, Priscilla and Irene and this guy Shang Liao, for sure. And who else? I'm curious to see what Frenzy 1 and Right Plan are doing with it as well, because they are using a lot of thought on their castles, which they should, as they are actually streaming the results of their castles, or not streaming, but recording. So I'm curious to see what those guys are doing with the barricades. I believe some of them are playing this free to play, so it might be a while before they have all their upgrades as well. Same with me. I'm actually going to go buy a couple of more barricades now. It's 8 times 18 the amount of barricades you can have in a castle. So 8 rooms with 36 points each. So and all of them take 2 points. So let's buy some more barricades. They are in architect's office if someone didn't notice already. I find it funny how even like, does it not make you feel like they are a little bit greedy? Like first time I came here, barricades, and oh okay, you can't buy them with gold. And like, but then you like, for some reason it throws you the furniture instead of all, where you could actually have the all. Shouldn't this be the default settings? When I go to rooms, I'm not like assuming they will only show corridors. Like, yeah, give me only corridors, like by default, or machinery, and it only gives you, well, gold mines instead of both gold and life force. Well, it's like, it's not a big deal, but it's just these little things that make me sympathize this game a little bit more, a little bit less. Like, and it's not like, if that would be the only thing, I would shrug my shoulders and that would be fine. But it seems like everything they do has like, how could we make this make a little bit more money? Like, it's almost like they have one guy they have hired, like before everything goes live, he has to figure out one way that it profits a little bit more. That's like my feeling. I imagine the guy to have like eyeglasses, one of those eyeglasses that journalists or reporters wore in like 1836, before the railroads. That made a lot of sense. Alright, I was buying a couple of barricades. 2. And then I can return again to my previous castle. I actually put them down already, the ones I had, and I think I had them in pretty good places. Like, they might have actually made my castle a little bit harder, but when I was validating it, I was half a minute, no more, like 40 seconds slower. I only tried once, but I felt it went like normally, but I was 40 seconds slower than previous time. And I'm sure the barricades are not slowing me down 40 seconds. So if I would have been 10 seconds slower, yep, sure, I would have validated with them. But 40 seconds, no. That would just make everyone 3-star my castle even more. Alright, let's see if we can actually... yeah, I'm done with those guys. I'm gonna watch my castle win, the one that I haven't seen. So let's start with the first one of Demons. Or Demon. I have a feeling that he's French. Just that name. Demon.
A shame, really.
Although it
All this
doesn't,
hard work
I don't think
building
it's
a
French.
castle about to come crashing
The
down.
but it sounds, I don't know. Not that it matters anyway. What is he doing? He seems to be playing with his skills. But for the first time, this castle is actually not too bad. It's quite hard to find where the castle starts. It could start from so many places. But of course, it's only for the first time. Alright. He only has one bottle with him. That's probably the reason why he attacked. As a mage, I suppose you didn't really feel like you need them.
This will make my tea turn a funny color.
Alright, so no bottles from this point on. Why is he not turning his... He just passed the mine because he wasn't turning his view. Like, he doesn't have any idea what's in front of him at the moment. I must criticize. Like, he attacks when he doesn't know what monsters there even are. I disagree with that way that sort of played quite a bit. The one where he died with zero potions. He has... Whoa. Ah, he had wrong potions on. No wonder. How about the third one? Or second one? Wrong potions again. Why would he have potions that restore 400 health? Like, is he mad about mages being nerfed? And then he just tries to joke about everything?
saw you. Oh, my head.
I'm puzzled.
Guide me into the arms of victory.
Alright, I guess he dies here.
My wounds are severe. Very well.
I didn't watch the bomb. Yeah. That trap hasn't got as many kills as I've hoped. Mainly because I believe my silence trap is a little bit too close to the Jimbo, so he often runs away. But more often somebody doesn't kill everyone in the previous room, so they don't have the aggro and they run away. If I would do it again, I would probably make it first trap, or at least I would make the first mob group be more killable, or like you want to kill them all type of group. Like for example, group of derps. Yeah, group of derps would be good. You don't want them following you around with that huge speed they have. No, wrong one. Alright. Let's empty our inventory. I sold quite a bit of my epics just to get more barricades. Barricades are the next big thing, and I want to have them before I make my castle. At least like quite a few of them, so I can actually do something cool with them. Alright, so hopefully we get someone over 1,000. So here we have one, and okay, now I'm back under 1,300, so I actually get 7, which is not too bad. I might do that castle after I've checked the rest. I haven't even checked the chat. There was some guy yesterday spamming the whole chat, so we had to change to General 2. Where there's Pooh and Star. Right, let's see, castle where someone survived. Let me just quickly take another beer. Quick promotion. The international started, or the group stage of the international actually started around 14 hours ago. So the first day is behind us, or 15 hours. But it continues again in 2 a.m. my time. What time is it there? So it's 8:30 now. So it's going to be 5.5 hours, and the international continues. It's a Dota 2 tournament for 10.5 million American dollars. So esports are growing. And they're in Sweden, they are televised on TV6, which is pretty cool, even though TV is not such a big media anymore, but it's definitely nice to see that Swedish television recognized Dota as entertainment, like entertainment worthy, or the possible amount of viewers being large enough for it to be profitable for them, unless they're doing it for charity. But anyway, dota2.com/watch, and you can see this all. Looks like they have actually changed the visuals. I don't have enough mana. That was surprising. I didn't see that one coming. So now we want to pick our fight, and it will be that one,
Now that's
because we get
execution.
rid of
That hits the spot.
ouch. I want to actually get rid of the Zeke. I don't even consider beats to be dangerous. Like, not level 30 beats, they're so slow, like, there's nothing dangerous about Zeeks. Like, Dampener is more dangerous. Sorry, not Zeeks, but Peats. I don't actually have too much time. Mostly because of these dampeners, actually. So I had to hurry up.
Cleaning out the mess. Thanks. Looks like the better man won. Time to say your goodbyes.
I didn't say much about the castle, but all honesty, there's not too much to say. It's rather basic. We disagree on this with Adam, but I would replace those Robo Shield runs with uh, Defendertrons, like 5 Defendertrons instead of those 2 would give you more. You still would have some points left, but you would have 5 of those rolling around instead of 2 of the Robo Shield runs. Nothing else here. Did we get any items? No. Some more castles. I'm not gonna stream for long. I still have a couple of matches of the international that I didn't get to watch as I'm working in the morning and it started at 2 a.m. I'll watch it on my lunch break, but that did only half an hour, so hardly see a single game. Or I don't see a single game. Here we actually have some rather good crowns, so I'm able to get 10 or lose 30. And actually I think I know this castle. I tried attacking yesterday and I failed to 3-star it then. I have attacked this quite often, unless it's a new castle. It might very well be. A lot of people created new castles now that... no, it's not, it's the same. But a lot of people created new castles now that the barricades came in, as it definitely encourages you to do so.
Don't mind if I do.
But yeah, I remember this castle quite perfectly as I did yesterday. Even though I didn't 3-star it then. It makes it a lot more likely that I will 3-star it now.
Now that's a good boost. Hang on a second. Ah, that's more like it.
What was that observed? What was it observing before it put that thing on? That didn't make any sense. That wasn't fair.
Ready when you are, big guy.
This is a good example of castles where I actually benefit from the spike traps. Because a lot of the monsters don't want to come over the spike trap, or at least they will be rather cautious about it.
The bigger they are. The bigger they are.
Oh no, 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 no. Those fire trails, as I have mentioned many times before, they are not fun.
Who's next?
I was really close dying there for absolutely nothing. And just because the skill is so
The
stupid.
result was never in question.
But yeah, I managed to restart it this time. Mainly because I didn't yesterday, as I still remember it fairly well what to do.
Go ahead. Try me.
But I've actually always done that castle that way around, but you could just as well do it the other way around. I think they're quite symmetrical. That proves... well, I have another one. I might have to do this one as well. That's it. Oh, third one. I was just about to say that I will stop streaming, but I will do those two castles as well. Alright, these two. Let's hope that I stay over 1300. 9 and 31 from 1100 crown castle. Wish me luck. I actually have no idea what this one is. I do recognize the name, but not too well. So I might remember it while I'm running through, I might not.
What passes for a castle these days?
At the moment I'd say not too much. For example, I'm not sure if there are more of them here. The timer is fairly long, so I do feel like I have the time to check. Oh, there was some lag. So no, there wasn't anymore. It was all those. So if I would have saved around 40 seconds, if I would have remembered this castle. I'm fairly certain I have run it before, as it doesn't like strike me as new. Only one have had.
Need to get patched up. Now that's excellence in execution.
Right, now I have only boss room to go.
Say goodnight, mister.
And now I'm on purpose, I'm actually fighting Nottingham first, as that will prevent the Zeeks from aggroing me too early. Like if I would not attack Nottingham there, Zeeks would aggro right away, as Nottingham wouldn't be taking the points, the aggro points. And that would definitely not be good for me, as I would have 4 Zeeks shooting, not necessarily 4, but 2 Zeeks probably shooting at me. I have huge disagree. These two, actually, I didn't even need to aggro them. I did anyway, as I have plenty of time and I wasn't really thinking. But yeah, looks like Mikari needs a better timer. Or, yeah, I'd say better timer for sure. I could have done that faster. If the timer would have been faster, I would have probably tried, but yeah, that's one of those castles where you want to kill the boss first. Nottingham often is the boss you want to kill first, just to prevent the other monsters from attacking you. You can see which ones are aggroed when you attack the monsters, and if you are attacking when you attack the boss, and if you are attacking the boss, the aggro won't change from those first aggroed heroes, unless something happens, but in general it doesn't change. They will keep the aggro, and if none of the Zeeks are aggroed, you can just keep on going on the boss. I'm not sure if that made any sense. Alright, so one more castle, and then I'm done streaming for tonight, and I'm gonna watch some Dota. Alright, if I clear this, I will also get enough money for one more barricade. I'm actually probably running out of potions really soon, because I haven't been buying potions in a while. I've been using all my money for barricades. Also didn't check my inventory, but there should be enough room for this attack anyway.
Watch and learn.
I have a feeling I did this castle yesterday. Yes, and this is the only one. I'm not sure if I 3-starred it, and I'm also not sure if I died, but I do have pretty good feelings where the stuff are.
second. What was I doing again? You guys are pathetic.
Right. I have a feeling this boss room is going to be rather difficult. A lot of these shielder defendertrons, which are just a pain in the ass, especially if there's a lot of silencers or zeeks.
I need a vacation. Goes down nicely.
And that's why I'm not celebrating my 3 stars yet. Not so much because I'm going to die, which might very well happen, but mostly because I might not have time to finish this. Those guys, I believe they also, not only are they
Say goodnight, mister. Say goodnight, mister. Come here, tough guy. The bigger they are.
not only are they hard to kill because your movement speed and everything else is slower, but they also have quite a bit more health than other
Give me a second, would you?
types. Now I'm actually not going to use
Big guy.
potions for nothing. I'm gonna risk it just a little
The
bit.
bigger they are.
Just bring myself a little bit slower before I'm gonna use them,
Thanks for the boost.
because
Sure,
it
I
will
remember how.
be needed in the
Come
end.
here, tough guy. I can't take much more of this.
Alright, I got the boss. Well, now it's all about surviving. Half a minute is not too long to kill them, as long as they don't shield me. I'm not gonna die anymore, but now it does look like that I'm not gonna have enough time. Yes,
Unbelievable.
that indeed was the case. So no
No.
third 3 stars in a row. But as I said, those
It's been
guys
a
are
pleasure.
pain in the ass in the boss room to clear it. I also went through my potions, I believe all of them, and I'm not surprised about that either, as
Time.
they will make you lose. Like when you get slowed, you get hit by all those ballistas, you get hit by zeeks, even though I killed the zeeks first this time. You get hit by the jumps from the webmasters, as you can't avoid their jumps when you're slowed. So yeah, it might be even better than the defense aura for the defendertrons if you are not using the defendertrons to defend your mines. Just my opinion. What comes to the patch in general, now that I'm closing this and making this my 7th episode, if it's still on, yeah, looks like it is. So basically, it's a really good patch. It doesn't make anything stupid. It doesn't break anything. And it touches quite a few of the big issues. We are missing defense having better odds. The barricades, it's hard to say yet how much they help, but they definitely help. At least they don't hurt it. There are many of uses for the barricades we haven't, or I haven't yet thought about. I will be giving it a thought before I finish my final castle. Not final, but the next one. Mm, I can't tell how big the changes are in Bad Dog and Mitten. I feel like they got buffed, but they got buffed in a little bit wrong areas. I would have maybe liked to see them being buffed in what they are good at, although they are already usable, especially Bad Dogs, as it's 3 points for giving higher attack speed for your full or 5 meter area of boss room, including your boss. 3 points for that, not too bad. I think faster attacking Nottingham is worth 31 points. Sorry, 29 points compared to 26 of Norma's Nottingham. But I'm not using Nottingham, so it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna close the stream. Feel free to befriend me. Let me know if you want me to attack your castle on the stream, and I will. I still have 5 targeted attacks left, so I can do it anytime. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you either later today after I watch some Dota, or possibly tomorrow. Alright.